And welcome back, everyone. Welcome back. Welcome back to the grand finals, this grand finales here of the Tenacious Turtle Tussle number 35. Here we go. It's been, I would say, a relatively fast tournament so far as we made our way into our grand finals. And spawning in the right hand corner of White Rabbits, we have the South Korean Terran player. We have the Blue Terran. It is Percival. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have the red Zerg player himself. It is YoungYakov. Of course, we have a story to tell, but if you're in the chats, predictions are open. Place your bets on who you think will claim the series. Best of luck in the chats as we get into our TVZ. So best of luck with your gamba. Now, when it comes to the finals here, unfortunately, Solar is not available. Solar, he did message us after Percival's series. He was like, Papi, I'm passing out. It sounds like Sola did something very smart and did not sleep. Fun fact, it is currently 10 a.m. It is 10 a.m. in the morning in Korea, so it looks like Sola stayed up all night playing. Of course, I believe what was going on in the evening, at night, was the Kung Fu Cup. True. Kung Fu Cup was last night. So Sola, I wouldn't be surprised if he was competing in that. And it sounds like he might have stayed up from Kung Fu Cup to compete in this tournament. And he's all tuckered out. So Sola, he has since passed out, and YoungYakov does rise to take his place in our ZvT. Let's go. Let us go. As welcome to White Rabbit. White Rabbit is one of the larger maps of the map pool. Larger maps, some interesting terrain as well. We'll be getting into that once we get in towards the mid game. YoungYakov was pleading to Percival not to cheese him. Was pleading that. But now ranks expand, say that opener out of Percival, and we can see that YoungYakov is looking for proxies. He does check both proxy locations. Este YoungYakov, as he was terrified of said proxy. Solar, Cranky for veg. Yes. He's in veg back. I'm celoso. Just setting up the maps to make sure we don't forget them. For now, though, we have again the standard opening here out of Percival. Welcome to White Rabbit. White Rabbit does have a very secure 4-base setup. We have our natural, we have our 3rd base, and we have our 4th base as well. We have some more narrow choke points and ramps coming into set expansions. What I will say is that the distance between the 3rd and 4th base is a little bit longer here, so we might see some difficulty when it comes to defending and rotating and keeping up with aggressive rotations. We'll see. We'll keep an eye on our players. We have seen Terran players expand aggressively towards Zerg players, so taking this forward 3rd base and A-Raxing from there and taking the 4th base behind the 3rd instead. But we'll see how Percival will approach this. Again, we're still in the early days of the patch. Meanwhile, he's going for a 1-1-1 and he gets fully scouted. Lings, they dip in, they get a full confirmation that is a starport before command center hyper aggressive build out of Percival. So hyper aggression out of our Terran player, and YoungYakov is fully aware. He should now know not to join up too heavily to be ready here for the early game aggression. This can lead into a Hellbat Banshee push. This can lead into I'm leaning towards Hellbat Banshee. There's Yadon Solby going into Banshee play, and we'll see if we do commit into an armory. As again, this is very committed hyper aggression out of our Terran. As Lings, they get set up here for a counterattack for a run by. Two Hellions move out, 2 Hellions they stay back. We have the Tech Lab on the ranks. Are we going into Concussor Shell? Are we going into Marauders? Are we going into Stim? Shell's what you got. But again, still no 3rd CZ. Stim. So Stim is on the way. Throws down an extra Rax. Throws down another Rax. This looks like a 2-base all-in. So 2-base all-in out of Percival. No 3rd base in sight. Oh boy. And we'll see if Yakov can survive this. Now, he doesn't know that we've swapped out of Hellion production. So Yakov is not fully aware of what's going on. It is going to be Lair first out of Yakov. Do we open up roaches? Banelings, okay, so it's going to be a Ling Bane defense. Bold move. Oh, I haven't seen those before. Ah. As Banshee dips in, oh, no spore. Yeah, no spore in position. Drone's going to be going down. Ay. That's on Yakov here. Late spores, and this is insane damage. 8 drone kills already on the first Banshee. That should not have happened. Oof. 8 drones, a tumor as well. And remember, here comes a 2-base all-in. Now, there's a 3rd CC on the way, but this is a very late 3rd base, and we do need to get some damage done with the earlier push, with the early stim and the early timing. Banshees rotate, Hellions, they look for a dive. Don't quite make their way. Oh, he goes for it. It does go for the dive. Drones are getting roasted, getting 1 drone so far, but pulls away. Doesn't commit. Ooh, Banshees take the queen. Do pick up one of the queens. Oh. Nice catch. Very nice around. 4 or 5 getting every single Hellion. Oh, and this armory was meant to lead into Hellbats for Hellbats to support the push. Uh-oh. That was a big loss here for Percival. So suddenly this move out is that much weaker. Imagine this push with 6 Hellbats. As the armory is finishing and it doesn't really lead to anything. So a big misstep there from Percival. Despite that, he still did deal a lot of economic damage and he still has a lot of momentum behind him. But there's now a chance for YoungYakov. As here comes the push. Getting on top of the 4th. 4th base should be denied. That's going to be a cancel. Ooh, that was a kill. Ay. Yeah, kill another cancel. Yeah, YoungYakov supply blocked. And this is getting out of hand. At the same time, Banshees into the main. Banshees go down. Ling Bane collapsing in. And he gets 1. He's going to get both tanks. Barely both tanks. But there are now no more Banelings. 8 drones did fall. And Percival expands. It's a very late 3rd base, but hey, he's getting it up and running. He was able to deal some crippling economic damage. So far, 18 drone kills. And Percival, he doesn't kill, but he does cripple. No 4th. Remember, that was a kill as well. Yeah, it was a kill in the 4th base. So very rough position here for YoungYakov. Here comes the second wave, the second push. I haven't seen those emotes before. The Sal emotes. They're very nice. Very cute. We appreciate them. As Percival stems in. Oh, that's another kill. That's another kill. Banelings from behind. Percival, he trades very well, very efficiently. Now target firing. Banelings, they do not connect. And with that, Percival, he snowballs out of control. Takes down the Banelings, the Hydras, the Lings, the everything. Keeps moving in. And GG gets called. Percival, he will take a 1-0 lead in the series. GG. He will take a lead. And now we are jumping into game number 2. Going to be jumping into Ruby Rock. Let's go. Let us go. So jumping in, 10k tourmaline. Sorry, just typing up the list. name of the map. So here we go, we're loading into Ruby Rock here, and we'll see if YoungYakov can have a bit of a tighter early game. As that was, again, quite brutal, losing 18 workers in the beginning. Was able to catch some Hellions at least, which did allow YoungYakov to survive the first wave and the first push. I could definitely see the game ending if he hadn't caught those Hellions, but here we go, we're getting to game 2, and spawning in the bottom right hand corner of Ruby Rock, we do have the Red Zerg player, the Red Zerg himself. It is YoungYakov. And spawning in the top left hand corner, we have his opponents. We have the South Korean Terran, the Blue Terran. It is Percival. Here we go. So we're getting into game number 2 here. Now, when it comes to Percival and YoungYakov, I do consider them both to be quite close in skill. I know the game 1 was a little bit more one-sided, and Percival, he was able to get away with all of his aggression. We did see some mistakes out of YoungYakov, but if you recall, these two were the 2 finalists of the most recent OSC Elite Rising Star tournament. Went all the way to the ace match in that best of 5, and I'm hoping that we can get it back and forth here as well. But the pressure is on YoungYakov. Now, Ruby Rock is a much more aggressive map compared to White Rabbit, so aggression is favored here. We'll see if once again Percival goes for a delayed third. We'll see if he commits on 2 bases for a second time. Likewise, because the map is smaller, because the map does favor aggression, we could see YoungYakov open up Roach instead. Roaches are typically a safer way to play in a ZvT. They're much safer and can lead into a more secure mid game. So calming down. So we are going to be opening up. Again, hatch gas pool at a YoungYakov. Our eye is going to be on Percival here when it comes to his starport timing. We'll see if he goes 3cc again. He did mention in the lead up, in the lobby chats, in the lead up to this series, how he felt like going 3cc every game is very boring. And he's already shown that. Which is why YoungYakov was pleading to him. He was like, don't cheese me, don't proxy. It's like, okay. Reluctantly. But here we go. Game 2, 3cc. Third command center gets thrown down. A much more economic build here by Percival. Much more economic. So we're slowing things down here in game 2. We are slowing things down. Still building up. Oh. As Zerla dips in, YoungYakov does confirm the third CC. Is aware. Is aware of the third base. It's going to be 3cc, Banshee, Quote Banshee, even out of Percival, very standard play out of the Terran. Eric's in, and YoungYakov should be looking much more comfortable here. Does zone away. Zones away the Reaper Hellion, droning up, saturating his bases. That is a very fast lair. That is a, what, 4-minute, 4:15, 4:10-minute lair timing? Ay. So early lair at a YoungYakov, gases are on the way. Because the lair is so fast, because the gas is so quick, my assumption here is that YoungYakov is going into mutas. Are we going for the Spire? Yakov. So far, the Hellions, they've yet to scout, they've yet to confirm. Safety Baneless is on the way. But I'm assuming delayed Evo Chambers and a faster Spire. Oh no, no. He transfused the tumor by accident. Oh no, that queen should not have gone down. That is unfortunate. Ay, ay, ay. So a bit of a misclick there from YoungYakov. Yo, save the tumor though, true. Save the tumor. And Yakov is going double Eva Chamber. Okay, so he's going for double Eva Chamber. It looks like despite the faster lair, he's not going into Spire play. He's going into Ling Bane. I guess faster Baneling speed. True. What was that Lincoln? As Lings, they collapse on the Hellions. Not bad. A nice catch. Nice catch on the Hellions. At the same time, Banshees, they get into the bases. 2 drones and a queen go down. Oof. Poke in towards the natural. Getting 3. Oh, getting 2 more drones. So Banshees, they barely pull away. Ready to pull out. Nice run by here out of Percival, but straight out of YoungYakov. Percival, he reacts well. He defends. Percival, he does defend. Yakov trying to stabilize, but it has been a very messy kind of early to mid game here for YoungYakov. It's been messy, Pap. It's been messy. Behind us, we're going into an early infestation pit. So it looks like the plan here is to go Ling Bane Ultra, I would assume. Bane Ultra out of Yakov. Oh. So far as keeping up. Your Burrow's on the way as well. Let's go. Getting to Burrow. Safety Infestor's on the way as well to help defend, help survive. Oh no, the Queen's getting called out. It's losing 2 more Queens. I'll pick up out of Percival. Very nice control of our Terran player. And there's that Hive. Again, we have Ultras on the horizon. Yakov, he's almost there. Lings are flooding in. We get an okay Ling run by here. I say okay, Denies mining, but it doesn't really kill much. Oh, and the Lings are locked in. No, the Lings are locked in. Has to pull back, trying to buy some time. That's gonna be how many? Oh god. Yeah, and Yakov is throwing away too much here. That's gonna be a 62 Lings going down for 4 SCVs. He killed the Banshee across the map. He killed 5 Marines, but that was a brutal trade. And Yakov, he is struggling. Hive is almost done. Now, my assumption was Hive into Ultras, but that's a Hydroden. So, Hive into Lurkers? Oh no. Okay, going for both. Okay. Organola's thus. Takes into Ultras, but also the Hydroden as well. Interesting. Oh, we have potential. Yeah, nothing major yet. We'll see if we can bait the army in. Nice flank. Yeah, very nice flank. Ooh, brutal mine shot. So insane mine connections. Wow, and Percival, he takes the fight. Ay, ay, ay. Those were insane Widow mines. They shut down the Ling Bane. And Percival from here, he's snowballing out of control. Snowballing out of control. Yakov, he needs more time for the Ultras. It's not happening. Just going up on the Lings. Another base goes down. Yakov is being cheeky. Does save some of the drones at least. Does save some workers. But the aggression continues here. Percival with a tri-pronged attack. He's got Marines towards the main base. We'll drop into the main. Push towards the third base. Another army here towards the fourth. No Bailings. They're delayed. And Yakov just cannot keep up. Not like this. Not anymore. The ultras are coming. They'll get here eventually. Likewise, Ghost Academy gets thrown down for Percival. Here come the ultras. Ultras are revealed. But Percival, he's almost maxed. He's almost maxed out anyway. Has to respect the Fungal. Oh. Fungal does graze the army. Anything's rolling in. Oh god, the mine shots are brutal once again. Shuts down all the Ling Vein. Ah, no. As again, especially ultras on their own, they're just so fragile here. Cannot engage. Not against this much supply. Oh, we're going for the mass transfuse. Can he keep it up? Can he save the ultra? He can. Oh, it doesn't save the tumor though. Oh no. But again, there's just too much supply here. Too much supply in favor of Percival. Oh, Mindshot does do friendly fire towards the end. Oh, Jesus. That was more damage done. Like, Percival did more self-inflicted damage there, aside from YoungYakov actually attacking and killing Marines. The Mind's a help for a moment. Help Yakov for a moment, I mean. But despite that, this was just too much. And no mining at the fourth base. Gets every turn. Drop into the main. I just say they get a medevac. They got one. Yeah, the ultras, they just can't engage. They cannot engage. Not like this. Snipes are popping up. Ultras are pulling one after the other. Yeah, the ultras, they cannot touch the bio army. And again, if you weren't here for the beginning of the game, a lot of this came down to the early to mid game. YoungYakov, he was very wasteful. If you remember, we spoke about the, what was it, 65 lings for 5 SCVs? Like, there was some brutal trades early on, bleeding out so many lings. Likewise, having a hard time expanding, getting his 4-base setup up and running as well. It's just really shaky early to mid game. GG gets called, and Percival, he snowballs out of control. He takes a 2-0 lead. GG. GG well played. Again, a very comfortable start there out of Percival. He was able to get a lead early on and from there extend that lead. That's why the supply was heavily in favor of Percival. That's why YoungYakov could not actually keep up supply wise with his opponent to actually defend his bases. Just wasn't able to. There were some moments here where he could potentially catch the army with Fungals, where he could potentially even catch the army with borrowed Bailings as well. But in the end, GG. GG, well played. We're getting into game number 3. Game number 3. Also, big shouts to Christopher Fista. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for subscribing with Twitch Prime for 2 months. Thank you. Thank you. Do appreciate it. Do appreciate the support. As we're getting ready for game number 3. Gonna be loading into 10,000 feet. Let's go. Very good control. Banshee dies. I mean, the Banshee, if you're talking about the 1 HP Banshee that died in the main base, I mean, it already paid for itself. Again, it was a very strong start for Percival. And here we go. Here we go. We're getting into game number 3 and spawning in the top left-hand corner of 10,000 feet. We have the South Korean Terran player. We have the blue Terran leading the series 2-0. It is a Percival. And spawning in the bottom right hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the red Zerg player, the red Zerg player himself. Oh, it is YoungYakov. Pass with my support. We can finally get a Marine in the stuffy scene, in the plushy scene. Yes, yes. One day, I have plushy Marines. I have them. I have Crackhead. I have Patches. Do you have them? I just need to take a photo. Ah, no. One day, one day. One day. It's the best casual player. True, true. But here we go. Welcome to 10,000 feet. 10,000 feet is going to be a much more aggressive map than map pool, much more aggressive, shorter rush distance by grounds. This is where we can see someone like Percival really pop off, and it's going to be a bit of a more difficult early to mid game here for YoungYakov. We'll see how he will approach this. Let's go. We shall see. We had assumed that maybe YoungYakov was going to go into Roach play on Ruby Rock just because of how aggressive and assertive you can be on the map, and that typically does favor Terran in TVZ. But did opt to play Lingbane, did struggle with Lingbane, and we'll see if he does embrace the Roaches here or not. We go. But again, shout out to Avex. I know that Avex, he did touch up this map a little bit in the lead up to it being released. Went for a fresh color palette. Did decorate with all these flowers, with all the... So shout out to Avex. Did help out. What I'm getting at is, I didn't get to talk about this during the judging process. But fun fact, there are some map makers that are not very, like, good at, like, how should I say this, like decorating, or they're not maybe the most like visually creative, I should say, where like they're maybe a little bit more clinical, maybe they're a little bit you know, more focused on like the balance and the shape of the map itself, right, and the features of the map and like the strengths and weaknesses in constructing the map, but they're not very good at like designing it like to be visually pleasing. As it looks like we have a little bit of latency here. Hopefully everything's okay. But that's why after the fact, after the judging process, after the maps get pushed through, and if some of the if your map does make it into the top 16, that is when some of the map makers, they ask around some of the, and they actually like commission or talk to some of the other more creative map makers to go in and then like go over it with like a fresh like coat of paint, basically. That's what happened here with 10,000 feet. Where we have one map maker that made the map and another that like created it. Oh.
Game resumed.
That decorated it. If that makes sense. And it didn't just happen to 10,000 feet, it happened to a couple of them actually. So it's not uncommon for that to occur. Bouncy balls are no longer around. Oh no. Meanwhile, a big shout out to Sian. God, thank you so much. Thank you so much for the raid. Thank you so much. Hope you had a great stream. I hope you had a great ladder session or cast. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Sian. And welcome. Bienvenidos. Bom dia. Bienvenidos here to the grand finals of the Turtle Tussle. The finals. Percival does break in, does pull away. Bouncy balls. No, I don't know what you mean. These ones? I mean, As behind this Percival, he is going for his third CC into 1-1-1 follow-up. Just a standard setup here out of Percival. Does poke in. And so far, YoungYakov, he is keeping up. Once again, is going for an earlier Evo Chamber, actually. Early Evo Chamber, early +1 Carapace. Into a slightly later lair. Interesting. This is usually how you'd respond to a 2-1-1, but that is not the case here. So Yakov with maybe a bit of a misread, but he saw the timing of the third CC. He saw the Hellions as well. So interesting choice. Now, this is going to give an early +2 timing here for YoungYakov, so we'll see if he does rush into +2 Carapace or if he goes for 1-1. Upgrade's going to be slightly in his favor. Expansions are moving in. They move in, they get one of the queens. Gets a queen, gets a reaper. Have a bit of a back and forth. So far, better trades here for Percival. Behind this, building up into Sim, and eventually we'll move out. Oh, fast burrow. Okay. Getting into fast burrow. Interesting. There's a lot of potential, for sure. As Yakov goes for the center expansion, bold move. This base can be abused from the other side of the cliff face, from the other side of the river. Bear that in mind. Previously, I believe tanks would be able to siege up and get within range of the hatchery, but I believe now it's only within range of the mineral line. So I believe they did decide to change it. It's not as abusable. So I believe they believed it was a little bit too much. But we'll see if that's the case. If it's within range or not. So far, of course, I'll set the mineral line. And yeah, he is out of range of the hatchery. Basically, I believe these rocks, you can see the little rocks here. I don't think they used to be there, and you could move the tank a little bit further forward to hit the hatchery. As Percival, he trades well. He denies any kind of mining here. And she's in between the bases, getting 4 more drones. Oh! And does barely pull away. Big rotation out of Percival. This base is exposed. Oh no! Going into the mineral line. Yakov, he does react in time. He will lose 7, 8 drones. I'll pick up. Very nice pickup. 9 drones do go down. YoungYakov tries to counterattack. Percival, he's in position. He's ready. And here come the reinforcements. And I'll be honest, I don't think YoungYakov can defend against this. The Hellions this time were preserved, so now we have Hellbats to defend the army. Tanks are still denying mining. Lean Bane does get across the map. Oh! The Banes get in. Ah, not quite. Yeah, not quite here. The SCVs, most of them will get away. Massive connections! Not bad. 20 SCV kills. But what about the main army? What about the main push? Lean Bane collapsing in. Decent engage here from YoungYakov. And Yakov, he will barely clean this up. Where were the Hellbats? Yeah, the Hellbats, if they were here, Percival could have taken this fight. Percival, he was out of position. And Yakov, he's holding. He's holding on. Ooh, may not save the expansion. Yeah, it won't save the base. Expansion goes down, still denied mining. Yakov just rushing across the map instead. Going for the counterattack. Planetary's not ready. How good are the matchups going to be? Pretty good. Widow Mines do connect. Ooh, that's a kill in the CC. That should not have happened. So late reaction by Percival. Late cancel. Late lift. We're getting messy. We're getting messy back. Yakov does retake the expansion. Takes a fresh fourth base on the right hand side. Lings they get into the middle line. More SCV kills. But Yakov, can he actually maintain that expansion? As the Marines, they do try to slip in. They get the drone. Once again, forced to lift. Yakov, he's on 81 workers. Nice position with the Hellbats. Does punish. And the longer this goes on, Yakov should be able to recover. Yakov, he's down in supply, but he's up in workers. Like, he just needs a little bit more time to actually let that economy kick in, as he's been denied so much mining. Oof. Brutal mine connections. Oh, God. Yakov being a little bit wasteful here. Throws away a lot of Lings. And now I'm concerned about the fourth base. What is it to defend? We have a couple of Banelings. We have 5 Ultras in production. Vipers as well. With these Ultras, Yakov should hold on. Oh! Connects. Banelings do connect. Marines, they do threaten the mineral line. Shaving of Lings. Ultras are revealed. We got 3-3 on the way for Percival. I believe there's no academy. Yeah, there's no academy. No ghosts. Gonna have to deal with Ultras with mainly Marine Marauder. Should get one at least. May just get both. He gets one, gets two. Very nice. 2 Ultras go down. Insane splits there by Percival. That was so fast. And again, these Ultras don't have the best upgrades. They're 2-2 Ultras. They just finished kindness plating. The Liberators have arrived. Messi? Yes, not Ronaldinho. Messi, papi, Messi. Ah, God. Oh, Yakov pushing into the planetary, pushing into the Liberators as well. He will get the planetary, does get the kill. But these are some expensive trades here for YoungYakov. He will lose the base. Yeah, he'll lose the expansion. Again, Yakov, he just can't make use of his high drone count. He's got all these drones, but he can't use them. The Ultra can't keep up. God. The terrain, papi. Oh! Ooh, bit of miscontrol there by Percival. He's focusing on this drop in the main. Drop is cleaned up. And Percival, he does make mistakes. So I'll slip up here. Ultras are amassing. Momentum is now taken away from Percival. He just lost 2 drops worth of units. As he did lose both fights. Yakov retaking another expansion. This time the Ultra's in position. Oh. Brutal Mind Shot. Gets an Ultra. Let's take down one of the Ultras. But yeah, Yakov, he finally has some mining going on in both expansions. And the pressure's on Percival. He needs to stop one of these bases. Got a little bit of freedom, a little bit of liberation. Kites the army in. Oh. There's also whack, show some eye shots. Whack going off. Oof. The Ultra's just getting hammered away at. One Ultra goes down. Again, there are just so many Marauders here. Gets the expansion. And 2 Ultra. 3. He gets all 3 Ultras. Ay, ay, ay. Oh, the Power Bomb stacks. Mind Shells force a bit of friendly fire. Oh, and Percival's not mining. Uh-oh. Yeah, Percival is not mining efficiently. Despite that, he does still take the better fights. No. There we go. Does notice. Thankfully, does notice in time. Now, what's important, time and time again, Yakov is losing bases, but he's retaining his drone count, right? The workers, they stay alive. So he still has the high drone count. As a result, Yakov can still max out, and I can't say the same for Percival. And once again, we did emphasize this earlier, Percival, he hasn't had the freedom to tech up into Ghost. So over time, he's being outscaled. Or at least he should be. So if the army's maxed out, I'm going to be favoring Yakov. As he has Ultra Infestor Viper. And Percival, he's stuck on Biomine. He's just stuck on Biomine. Now he does lift his... Oh, sorry, I thought it was his main, but he does flip over another CC. Now, if he can get this expansion up and running, then he can now afford an academy. And he needs one soon. As there's still no... There we go. The academy now gets thrown down once he gets a fresh base up and running. And he needs time to build up Ghosts. Percival, he needs time. Meanwhile, Yakov also just stabilizing. Double expanding, getting more hatcheries. Again, the aggression has subsided. Percival finally has backed off. And Yakov can now get his upgrades. We got 3-3 on the way. Can start working towards some air upgrades as well. Even a greater spire. Nice power bomb. Nice abduction. Gets 2 metavacs. And Percival is being punished. He has to get the hell out of here. Has to kite back. Oh. He's holding on. Double drop on the right. Percival does get the expansion, but it's going to be a one-way trip. Here come the Corruptors. Yeah, it's very expensive here. All these Marauders go down. They try to trade. They get 2 Ultras. Okay. Gets 2 Ultras. Yakov's out of position. It's worth it. It's worth it for Percival. May have lost a bunch of his bio army, but he does get 10 drones and another Ultra. Another Ultra goes down. That was a lot of Marines, though. That was 11 Marines, 11 Marauders. Sorry, 15 Marauders even. And Percival, you can see he's turtling up. He's got planetaries, sensor towers, missile turrets, more CCs. He's trying to turtle up as best he can. Rotate to the right hand side. And Yakov rotates to the left. Oh no, the SCVs. There's 11 workers. Now, I'm a little bit concerned here. I did mention earlier that YoungYakov, he has the bank, right? He has a bank. Where's the Greater Spire? Right, Greater Spire, Second Spire, double upgrades. Yakov, he has 0-0 Corruptors. So he could be refining his army a little bit better here. There we go. +1 finally begins. Took a long time, but he's getting there. Yakov hyperfixated on just trying to deny bases. Link Bane rolling in. Can he punish those ghosts? Oh no! There, gets caught out. Gets caught out. Massive catch here. 4 or 5 ghosts go down. Ay, ay, ay. Yeah, brutal loss for Percival. And he can't afford these mistakes. You can't afford them back. So Yakov is maxed. Now, what I will say is that even though YoungYakov is going to be the first to max out and he does have momentum at this point, Percival can still take a better fight defensively, making use of the defensive terrain, making use of the planetary, the tanks, the liberators. That's basically what Percival has to do here. He needs to take a better fight at home. Does get a free infestor. But again, it's not going to be easy. Liberators on the way, tanks are on the way. Do we have any Vipers? 2. So 2 Vipers, 0 Infestors. I'm still concerned about the lack of setup for Broodlords from the side of YoungYakov. That is still a concern. Like again, Ultras are not the best kind of late game composition to go for. Here in the open, they're ideal though, and he does break through. It does break through the tank line. Snipes are going up. Goes pull away, but the CC is going to be denied. Massive losses here for Percival. And this might just be too much. This might just be too much at this point. Yakov can just keep remaxing, and if played correctly, Percival should never expand. He should never take the space. As you can see here, it's just so open. Like this, specifically this expansion is just so much more open. It's so much easier for the Ultras to engage into. Chasing the army down to low ground is a different story. It's like it's a different story. Gotta calm down. No Hydras or Lurkers. This game state, God no. That's I mean, what I would say if we did want to refine the army a little bit more, as we were alluding to previously, was like a second Spire and greater Spire setup. But as it stands here, like YoungYakov is perfectly fine. Like this area is open enough where Ultras are good enough. Ideally with Fungals. Oof. As YoungYakov does overextend. Does give chase. Again, chasing past this area is a bit of a misstep here from YoungYakov. Like, trying to chase here into the minefield, into the Sim City, it's not going to end well for him. And this is what Percival needs. He needs YoungYakov to overextend multiple times. If this happens like 2-3 more times, then Percival can build up. Yakov trying to handle this position. Snipes, they pop up. I think it's one. Nah, not even. Yeah, Ghost, they survive. Takes down 2 Ultras. Now we finally have some Infestors. 2 Infestors on the way. Yakov being a little bit wasteful. And Percival, it looks like he will max. He will max out. Collapsing into this position. Ghost later rotate over. Planetary looks like it will go down. Don't like watching Ultras fight. They look so clumsy trying to get in front. This is typically why Ultras are ideally supported by Infestors, right? You need to fungal. You need to lock down the army if you want to win a fight. Otherwise, Ultras can be very inefficient. Speaking of, we're just throwing away Ultras. Yakov, calm down. We have a bank, but the bank is finite. Like, we... Hey. And again, Yakov, he refused to go into Broodlords. Did refuse. Percival, he's actually taking the base. The base is getting up. Again, if Percival can max out, I'm going to favor Percival. Like, he has a much more efficient army, is the reality. The thing that's carrying Yakov in this game is his bank, and he's burning through his bank. Like, he's burning through it. Suddenly, like, Percival actually has a chance in this game. Previously, we spoke about how he played correctly. Percival, he should never take this center expansion, but Yakov kept overextending. Right? He kept overextending, kept pushing a little bit too far forward. Yeah, even here, Ultras are going down, Banelings are going down. Getting a handful of SCVs, but this space doesn't really matter too much for Percival. Nice run by. It's 10 SCVs in total. This space should go down. Oh, now we get the Greater Spire. It's very late Greater Spire here for YoungYakov. Ay, ay, ay. Remember, YoungYakov, he got +1 air attack at 19 minutes. It's crazy. So now he's thinking about Brood Lords, but this is a late realization. Yakov is collapsing in. He's going for the ghost. He wants them. He does try to go for the dive. Does not quite get on top of the ghost though. Yeah, and Percival, he will hold. He will hold. He snipes the Corruptors. Again, didn't quite catch the ghost. And Percival, he gets a base. He gets a fresh base. Ay, ay, ay. Oh, that's it. He lost 3 ghosts. So 3 ghosts for 2 Vipers, an Infestor, an Ultra, the Corruptors. Again, a much more efficient fight for Percival. And he's able to gain a fresh mining base. More or less fresh. This was barely touched, barely mined from YoungYakov. Oh, pushing into a minefield. Winter mines are popping up, but the ghost out of position. So the Ultras, they will break through. You can see Percival, he's racing over. Oh, the Lingbane. Oh my god. Yeah, the ghosts are caught. The ghosts are caught out. He has to get out of here. We have the flanking Ultras, and the ghosts are going down. Massive catch here for YoungYakov. Again, Percival, he ran through the creep to actually try to defend, to try to rotate. Oh, the ghosts get away though. Okay. Ghosts do get away. Oh god. But Yakov, has he finally done it? Yeah, much better trade here, much better fight. Picking up so many ghosts. Another ghost goes down to 3. GG gets called. We'll lose all the ghosts, and YoungYakov, he will fight back. He'll put a point on the board. Whew, GG. Aye, aye, aye. GG, well played. A very intense, very back and forth game here. There were moments for both players, of course. There were moments. Oh. As we set up for our next map. Un momento. Setting up. But GG well played. So we're setting up here for our next map, for our next lobby. When it comes to the previous game, when it comes to 10,000 feet, initially Percival, he had a lot of momentum. He was doing well for himself, but there were a couple of key moments here where he did overextend, where he lost momentum, and he allowed YoungYakov to recover. Percival, he was sniping a lot of bases, but he was not really getting much economic damage in regards to the workers, in regards to drone damage, I should say. And again, there was this big moment where he lost, I want to say 4 or 5 medevacs worth of units when he dropped into the main base and was pushing toward and was dropping into the center base, and he lost everything. That was the moment where YoungYakov was able to recover, able to build back up, get into his Ultras. Likewise, when it came to the Ultra tech, Percival, he was late to get into his own ghost production, which did mean the Ultras had a big power spike early on. We saw that map control was then in favor of YoungYakov, and then we had our back and forth. It was messy, but here we go. It's time to cheese. It's time to proxy. As spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Tourmaline, we have the South Korean Terran player. We have the Red Terran going for the proxy, 3 racks. Let's go. It is Percival. It's time to cheese it up, and spawning in the right-hand corner, we have the blue Zerg player, the blue Zerg player himself. It is YoungYakov. Here we go. Even range upgrade to Hydras to kill the Marines, that would be a waste of gas. But yes, going into Brigaload Infested would have been more efficient. I mean, in the end, hey, YoungYakov still was able to pull it off with a bit of an inefficient composition. It was fine. He made it work in the end. But here we go. We do have the proxy 3-Rax Mass Reaper here out of Percival going for the bunker rush. Overlord goes in, and the Overlord should scout. Oh, a little bit further here. There it is. Yeah, it does see the SCV, does scout, does confirm the proxy. YoungYakov knows. He sees, he knows. Now, he doesn't scout how many Raxes there are. Could be 2, could be 3. Depending on how many Raxes, it does elicit a different response. Boys are being pulled to the low ground to help shut down the bunkers ahead of time. And we'll see if YoungYakov can hold against this. We'll see how well Percival can scout. Sorry, can kite. See how well he kites. As here come the boys. 2 SCVs are revealed. He hides the 3rd SCV. Yeah, nice moves here. Nice moves out of Percival. He does hide the 3rd ACV on purpose. Extra Marines have arrived. Yep. He's been duped. So, again, it's very intentional to hide that SCV to make it look like a 2-Rax when it's the 3-Rax. Extra Marines do punish YoungYakov. That was his realization once he saw how many Marines there were. Oh, does get 2, does get almost 3 Marines. Yeah, 3 Marines go down, and it looks like YoungYakov, it looks like he should barely hold on here. I say that more Marines have arrived. The bunker is cancelled. No bunker. Yakov holds. The boys are here. Percival pulls everything, pulls all the boys. He's got how many? He's got 6 Marines. Yakov, he abandons the natural, he abandons the low ground. There's a spine. There's a spine crawler in the main base. If there was no spine, he'd be in trouble. With a spine crawler, he should hold on. There should be a defense. Queens that kite back. They're soon to have a transfuse. Yeah, and Percival, he's running out of steam. He's running out of steam, running out of SCVs. Ooh, Queens are a little bit too far forward, but there we go. There's a transfuse. GG gets called, and we are going to the ace match. Whew, GG. GG, well played. We're going all the way to game number 5. The all-in did fail, as we saw that. Oh, we saw that YoungYakov was set up on the high ground. Well, set up. As we do need to confirm the final map. Alright, we go over to Mothership, Old Republic, Celestial, Taito. Winter Madness. Getting into the final game of the series, we're going to be loading into Winter Madness here for game number 5. Let's go. GLHF. We've made it, man. We've made it. Is a female ghost voice a mod? No, there's there are skins in game that you can purchase, and I believe that's the Nova pack, I believe. I mean, I say Nova pack. There are I believe there are 2 different female ghost skins. There's like the Nova one, I think there's like a mercenary one. It's like a couple of different ones. But here we go. We're getting into the ace match here. We're getting into game 5, and spawning in the bottom right hand corner of Winter Madness, we have the South Korean Terran player, we have the blue Terran. It is Percival. This time doesn't pull the boys, and spawning in the top left hand corner we have the red Zerg player. Bringing it back, tying up the series 2-2, forcing the ace match. It is YoungYakov. Here we go. It all does end here on Winter Madness. Winter Madness is one of the larger maps in the map pool, much larger map, much more macro-oriented map as well, and we'll see how our players do approach this. We'll see if YoungYakov can get into his ultras. We'll see if Percival is more aggressive early on. Let's go. It almost worked if it weren't for that meddling Overlord. Yeah, the Overlord was able to confirm. If you remember, YoungYakov pre-pulled the boys. He did start the the spine crawl on the high ground. Crucial, of course. Crucial. Crazy, that'd be crazy. Here we go. Here we go. And we'll see if YoungYakov does adjust. So far on these larger maps, we have seen YoungYakov go Lingbane Ultra time and time again. There was one game where we tried to go Lingbane Hydra Ultra, which was a little bit too tech heavy, if you recall. Likewise, we've seen Percival mix it up as well. We've seen him go 3cc, we've seen him go 1-1-1 into 2-base play. On a larger map like Winter Madness, we expect to see macro games though. We expect to see our players go for a third command center into a 3-base setup. We expect to see Hatch gas pull into a third, into droning, into Lingbane. We have yet to see YoungYakov going to Spire Tech. True. I mean, I would say Winter Madness, it would be viable to go into Mutas. It is a larger map, so maybe. As Reaper is turned away, and Percival does get his third CC in the main. So 3 CC out of Percival. Okay, 3 CC 1-1-1. And again, after an intense couple of games, we're calming down. We're calming down. We spoke earlier about some of the differences about Winter Madness. Winter Madness is a much easier map to defend on 4 bases. I will say that Terran players typically do want to expand towards the Zerg player there in TVZ to be more aggressive and more assertive. Ooh, that is a very fast lair, going for a 345 or 340-ish lair timing. Okay, we spoke earlier, hey, Winter Madness seems like a large map, wouldn't be bad for mutas. That's what we're expecting here. You know, sub 4-minute lair feels like Spire and a rush into mutas. So it's going to be on Percival to confirm what Yakov is up to. Back in, applying pressure. Banshees are on the way. We're gonna have to rely on the Banshees as scouts and show us that Spire. Oh, Nidus all in. Never mind, no extra gases. My apologies. Only 1 gas geyser. I assume that would be taking 2 and 3 gases. Going for a Link Queen. Nidus all in, pulling a Dark. I'll be honest, I have not seen this build in ZvT since Dark retired. And I feel bad about it. It's like I miss Dark and his all-ins. Like, he'd go for like Link Queen Nidus all-ins, Drop a Lord all-ins, like Roach Ravager timings. Amongst the Korean Zerg players, no one else is quite like Dark. Like, Solo is more passive and more macro. Shin can be quirky at times. Rogue has his own style of aggression. It's been a while. I feel nostalgic. Let's go. Nidus into the main base. Percival, he does miss the Nidus worm though.
Research.
Uh-oh. Does miss the Nidus. It's gonna get up and running. Yakov, he is ready here at the 3rd. And the Nidus is finished. He gets in. Yeah, he does get in. Creep is spreading, and Percival, he is not ready for this. He has what? He has 3 Marines? Oh boy, he has 3 Marines to defend. The Hellions are racing back home. The Banshee's racing back home. And this can end the game. This can just straight up end the game. Lings are flooding in. We're trying to protect Stim, but in the process losing so many SCVs. SCVs are going down. Hellions, they did make it back. Ooh, his supply blocked. Going for the Starport. The tank will pop. Okay. Yeah, the tank is on the way. Hellions are going for the Queens. Do we have another transfuse? We do. Yeah, 2 more transfuse. Barely keeps the Queens alive. Up, up. He lands 2 more. Barely does. And Yakov, he should have enough here. He should have enough. Lings are trickling in. That one tank is doing a lot, but he's getting on top of the tank. No. Going for the master repair, but it's too late. The tank does fall. And now there's nothing. No Banshees, no tanks. We got 2 Hellions down to 1. 1 Hellion left. And with that, Yakov, despite being down 2-0, by the way, he was down 2-0, but he was able to turn it around. GG gets called, and YoungYakov will win the series 3-2, becoming this week's Turtle Tussle champion. GG. GG, well played. Congratulations, Bobby. Congratulations to YoungYakov winning with the reverse sweep. Again, he was down 2-0 and he won 3 games in a row. We saw that Percival, he was unable to scout. He was unable to get into the main base. I did mention that he was going to be heavily reliant on said Banshee to try to get into the main, base, or into the natural, I should say. Likewise, we saw there was no vision in the main base of Percival either. And GG, well played. Congratulations here, YoungYakov, able to pull it off. And again, a little bit nostalgic here. It's been a long time since I've seen a Link Queen Nidasul in at this level of play. Dark would very regularly mix it into his builds and mix it into his play. But again, Dark retired at the beginning of the year, and it's been a while. I miss it. GG. GG, GG. GG, well played. Congratulations here to YoungYakov. Fun fact, it is 5 a.m. where Yakov is. It's 5 a.m. and he is giga tired. He's like, Papi, I was falling asleep. GG, Papi. Get some sleep. Get some sleep. Well earned, well earned. My condolences to Percival as it does barely go down in the series. You could see that you could say that Percival, I mean, there's a world where he could have 3-0'd. Like 10,000 feet was very close. 10,000 feet was very close, very clutch, very back and forth. Both players, they had their moments in 10,000 feet, and you could argue that maybe Percival, he ran out of patience coming into Tourmaline, where he did decide to go for the proxy 3-racks, and everything just went south from there. Everything very quickly went in favor of YoungYakov. GG, well played. Congratulations. Oh my god. As Yakov, he does get his revenge. From the previous time that they played over in the OSC Elite Rising Star Tournament. And with that, we are going to be wrapping up here for the evening. And again, just a really fortunate kind of tournament events for Yakov. Remember, Solar, he won the series initially. Solar, he won 2-0, and then Solar went to bed. But Yakov, he stayed up until 5 a.m. in the morning. He stayed up until 5 a.m. to play, to compete. He's like, who needs sleep? Papi Sola, he's weak. Let me take it. And he did take it. Shout out to Percival. Percival took down Milito, took down Vindicta, took down Shameless to make it to the finals. But again, it was Yakov that was able to pop off in the end. Thankfully for him, Sola did forfeit, of course, and did allow Yakov to advance on into those finals. Congratulations. With that, you can support us as well. You can support this tournament via Matcherino, !Matcherino in the chat. You will get a link to the Matcherino page. This is a fortnightly tournament. Every 2 weeks. Every 2 weeks we do host a Turtle Tussle. So if you want to support us, you can do so via Matcherino. This is at a more like NA friendly time tournament. Meanwhile, we have many more tournaments as well that you can support via Patreon. Bam, you can see our weekly schedule here. Our weekly schedule for the week. We just wrapped up with our Thursday morning cast. We're going to be live this evening with the Pondcast. We have Pigastar Cup tomorrow. We have MSO and STC over the weekend as well. We might add some extra casts. I will say that we might add some extra casts on Saturday and Sunday. I know that Kung Fu Cup has been going on, and we do have the replays of Kung Fu Cup as well, so we might be covering that. We'll see. It's also nice to have the morning free of Sundays. Like, it's so we might take it easy. We'll see what happens. But overall, we're going to be live once again in a couple of hours time, in 6 hours. In 6 hours time, sorry, did I say 6? It's going to be in 8 hours, my apologies. 8 hours time, we're going to be live with the Pondcast. The Pondcast is our weekly talk show where we discuss all things StarCraft. I was mentioning it earlier, there were some people that were asking our opinion on the maps. Well, we did mention our opinion on the maps a couple of months ago. When we judged the maps, we were part of the judging process. We also did discuss them when the top 16 were revealed. So again, you can check out the VODs, check out the Pondcast from previous weeks and previous editions for our thoughts and for our breakdown on some of those maps. Otherwise, what do we have to discuss this week? Hold on. What do we have to discuss? Podcast episode 71. We have, of course, the TLMC map pool going live. We have Stellarfest results. True, Stellarfest results. Oh, we have the Nike gaming collection that was released like a week ago. True. For those who don't know, Scarlett, she modeled for Nike. And I say she modeled a bunch of gamers, a bunch of like content creators and esports personalities were modeling for Nike for their recent like collection. I actually looked into it. I was like, oh, cool. Like, is this still available? It's like all sold out at this point. It's like, but Scarlett did post, and she had like they kind of went for like an adjutant kind of like cosplay for her, like leading into like StarCraft and esports a little bit. I say adjutant, like AI, like robot kind of aesthetic. As well as all the other tournaments, all the other online events, Kung Fu Cup, Little League Cup, and all the other results. So again, we're going to be discussing all of that later on tonight during the podcast. Oh boy. That'll be later on tonight. Otherwise, thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in. We do appreciate the support, and we'll see you guys later on tonight or tomorrow for Pigstar Cup. Again, Pigstar Cup did move to this Friday. The reason for this is because Pig was traveling back from Canada, and he returned today. He did return today, so we'll be able to cast tomorrow, the Pigstar Cup tomorrow morning. At this time, actually, at around this very time. There you go. We'll be there as well. Otherwise, thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in. I might have a cheeky ladder session. Yeah, I'm gonna get a snack, gonna get something to very quickly eat, but gonna be live on my personal channel, be live with some games. Otherwise, thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys tomorrow for some more casting, tonight for some Honcast. We'll see you whenever we see you. If you want to support us, !socials in the chats. We are live on a daily basis, plenty of VODs, plenty of content. Check out our YouTube channel, because we do upload on a daily basis over on YouTube, so you can check out the VODs there. You can interact with us on Discord as well. We are actively on Discord. We also post when we go live on Discord as well. It's all there. Otherwise, we'll see you guys next time. Ciao, bye, ciao. See you next time, and congratulations to YoungYakov. Congratulations.